Brought to you by Penguin.
I Made a Mistake by Jane Corry, read by Emilia Fox. Part 1. Chapter 1. 6 weeks earlier. Poppy. Poppy! How are you? My heart fills with love and pride as an enormous orange and black striped tiger bounds up and flings her arms around me. Jennifer, I say, hugging her back. I know that as an agent I shouldn't have favourite clients, but there's something so warm and endearing about this one that I simply can't help it. Isn't this party amazing? She says, finally letting me go from her Tigger hug and wiping the trickle of sweat running down her face, the only part of her that isn't camouflaged by costume. Everyone else is in evening dress, but Jennifer is a one-off. She also has a habit of speaking in capital letters to convey her infectious enthusiasm, which I find rather sweet. Talk about a posh hotel, she purrs, gazing around, her eyes wide. I've never been in a ballroom before, and those prawn canapes are to die for. This place is pretty swanky, with its rose silk curtains, glittering chandeliers and ceiling frescoes, even if it is a bit further out from London than the previous parties. Everyone who is anyone is here, either because they are supporting artistes, also known as extras, who hope to be noticed, or because they're connected to the industry like me and need to network. Reputation, recognition and reliability are the 3 big R's in this business, and I try very hard to tick all the boxes. My job is to supply casting directors with the ordinary man in the newsagent queue in front of the lead actor, the woman who pushes an empty pram down a street just before an explosion, the child who cycles past a robbery on his bike and carries on without mishap. The sort of person you might not even notice when you're glued to the screen, but who makes the action seem normal. It's quite a challenge, but I love it. I almost didn't get here tonight after that disagreement with the girls over their homework. Melissa and Daisy, aged 17 and 14 respectively, used to adore each other, but they're currently going through a tricky, argumentative stage. Perhaps it's because they're so different, inside and out. Melissa has my husband's glossy raven hair from his father's side, with a lofty height to go with it. Daisy, with her auburn curls, is more like the old me, small and slightly dumpy with a shy smile that hides the feistiness underneath. She still believes in magic. When she wants something, she turns her pillow over 3 times for luck. I try hard to reason with them like you're meant to, according to my well-thumbed How to Bring Up a Teenager book, but they just don't seem to listen. At times it breaks my heart. I'd have given anything to have had a sister for company at their age. As the years go by, I find that longing growing even stronger. It would be so good just to confide in someone. If it wasn't for my mother-in-law helping me to steer the ship, as she puts it, I don't know what I'd do. Betty is warm, loving, a brilliant gran and wonderfully eccentric, with her passion for one hobby after another. One moment it's making jewellery out of tin lids, the next it's tap dancing. She's also stylish, with a sweet, heart-shaped face that suits her trademark purple berets, which she often wears inside the house as well as out of it. I suspect she does so to hide her thinning hair, which, according to family photos, used to be light brown until she dyed it blonde in her 20s. Now it's silver. Betty adores the girls, and the feeling is mutual. She's the mother I never had, at least for as long as I care to remember. It was Betty's idea that I set up the Poppy Page Extra Agency from home after Melissa was born, using my married surname because the alliteration made it sound memorable.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?